What's up, everybody? My name is Dave. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I do new videos all the time on Etsy, e-commerce, and personal success. In this video, we are continuing the shop critiques of viewers' Etsy stores. We are covering SEO, we are covering Etsy ads, conversion rate, among a few others, so please watch all the way through. The first shop we are critiquing is Good Words Jewelry by Barbara here. Let's get her questions up. If you'd like a shop critique, just follow the link in the description below or join my email list for Etsy tips and tricks, etc. So, how are the pictures and general setup? Number 2, I use Pinterest and Etsy advertising for marketing, costing me more than I am making. This is okay for a while as the shop is new, but what is the best way to optimize those areas of marketing to get the most out of it? Number 3, I just need unbiased critique of what should be done. I am on Etsy Plus and have paid for eRank, which I just use to see the competitor sales and checker for mistakes if I leave off a tag or something. Okay, so let's start with number 1. How are my pictures and general setup? So the first critique I have for your pictures is that you should add some dimension, right? So it's just flat on a piece of paper or whatever you have here. So I would recommend to add some dimension. So whether that be using like a little prop or whatever you want, a prop that will fit into your theme, that will literally prop up one of these pendants so it's facing you, and then the backdrop is flat as well, so it's not just all flat on one element, right? So you want to tip it up and have some things in the background that are blurred. You use background blur if you're using a phone, or you use the aperture, change your aperture on your camera if you're using a DSLR. But you need to add some dimension and also work on getting these shadows out of the shot. The shadows kind of throw everything off. So that means you can move your light source. If you can't move your light source, if your light source is literally the light of the room, then you need to move your setup so the light source is in a different reference point so it doesn't create that shadow, right? So your pictures are good though. I mean, you will sell things with these pictures. But I definitely recommend to add some more dimension into it. The flat lay is it works. A lot of people do it in the beginning, but definitely add some dimension, add some props, and take away those shadows, etc. And that will definitely set you apart from your competition. It'll also grab people's eyes much easier. Okay, so let's go to number 2. I use Pinterest and Etsy advertising for marketing, costing me more than I'm making. This is okay for a while as the shop is new, but what is the best way to optimize those areas of marketing to get the most out of it? So if you're using Pinterest and Etsy ads right now and you're not making anything, if you're spending more than you're making, then there's a number of things that are going wrong. I'll first start with Pinterest. So with Pinterest, you can target based on interests and then let it run wild, or you can actually put the exact phrases into Pinterest and forget about the interests. So what is likely happening with your Pinterest ads is the thing is, with outside of Etsy, a lot of Etsy sellers don't really take into account the multitude of factors that is involved with advertising and creating a successful ad campaign, because we as Etsy sellers are so used to putting something on Etsy and then when it sells, right? But with paid advertising, when it doesn't sell, you lose money. So you have to stop those ads and reanalyze and retest things. So you have to test a bunch of different targeting, a bunch of different photos, and a bunch of different ad copy. Ad copy meaning, what you write down, the copy of the ad, the written text. So there's a multitude of different factors that can be sucking up your money. You likely chose an interest that, sure, of course, it's like you would think that people would buy in that interest, but along with the people that would buy are thousands and thousands of other people that aren't really that interested. So you need to narrow it down even further or pick different interests. So on Pinterest, you can choose exact phrases. So there's exact phrase match, there's phrase match, and then there's like general phrase match. You do it with the little bars, you do it with the quotations, or nothing at all. And that is in that box below. I highly recommend doing that because just using interests is really, really shooting from the hip in the dark. So what I want you to do for your Pinterest ads is choose some phrases out of your statistics in your statistics of your best sellers. Find the best keyword phrases and put those as exact match and phrase match in that box where you can put your phrases. And do not choose interests, because the interests will just show it to way too many people. And all of those people, they might click, but they're going to waste your money too. And they're not actually who wants to buy. They're not actually who you want to look at your ad and click on your ad and take your money for ads. So you also want to try, using some different photos. Just try different photos, try different products, try different everything. But whatever you do, don't just put in a couple ads on Pinterest and be like, oh, it's not working. This sucks. That's the last thing you want to do. So always be testing different ad copy, always be testing different targeting, interests, etc. Everything. You need to stop the ads that aren't working after a few days. If they're not working, turn them off and test something new. But just do not sit there and say, "Oh, I'm losing money." That's the worst thing you can do. So go for Pinterest, test. And then let's talk about, you're using Etsy ads as well. So the same thing for Etsy ads. If you have a lot of listings right now that are taking more money than they're making, then the only thing we can control now on Etsy ads is, what is being advertised, our daily budget, and the SEO. So the biggest thing is that the SEO for that listing that has an ad on it is showing your product to the wrong people. So take those listings off, turn those off, because it's really, really, if you take the right steps, it's very, very easy to be profitable right out of the gate on Etsy, because it's a marketplace. It's not like a standalone website where you need to spend a ton of money with Facebook ads just to get pixel data, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can become successful and profitable right out of the gate on Etsy. So if you are not, if there's ads right now that are sucking away your money, turn those off right now. Turn them off right away and relist them. Relist a duplicate of that listing. You can keep the original if you'd like. Relist a duplicate with different SEO. Put the advertising on that one and then see what happens. And so it's the same thing again. If it doesn't work, turn it off and test different SEO, because SEO is the only thing that we can control now with Etsy ads. So if you pick really good targeting, aka on Etsy, SEO, then your ad will become successful. It's that simple. So turn it off, relist, choose different SEO, test. And you will eventually, it's not if, it's when you will find winning products, winning ads, winning SEO, etc. So let's go to the next question. Number 3, I just need an unbiased critique of what should be done. I'm on Etsy Plus and have paid for eRank, which I just used to see the competitor sales as a checker for mistakes. So, okay, let's take a look at your shop very quickly. I would say that your banner could use a little work. On my screen here, it's these words are pixelated, so maybe you didn't create the banner as the exact dimensions of what Etsy wants, and then it stretched it out, and now it's really pixelated. So I recommend your banner should be really high definition, so when people come to it, they're like, "Oh, that looks really nice." So perhaps, and add some other like Christian elements here, like some crosses, even throw Jesus up in there. That'd be great. And yeah, so just redo your banner a little bit. It's good now, but just make sure that it's the same dimensions as that what they're calling for, and make sure that it looks really high definition. And then let's see here. Add all 5 photos right here. You can put up to 5 photos right here as a slideshow. You can even add a video in there. So if you can put a video in there, of you like designing this or making this or however your process goes with these products, then I highly recommend a video of that or just some photos. But either way, fill out all 5 photos there. Good description. You're gonna be at some craft shows. That's cool. Um, add more FAQs, even if it's FAQs that are like just making you look good. Like I always say, if you add some FAQs in there, like, oh, do you design this stuff yourself? Yeah, I design this stuff myself. I love designing myself, et cetera, et cetera, blah 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 blah. Right? Even if it's like like praising your own shop, add some FAQs in there. Whatever is relevant, add more FAQs. And then also fill out this about section right here because people click on this and they want to know who this lady is. They want to know what this lady's all about. So like back here on your on the shop, when you scroll down, that's about your shop. And then about is about you. And then this even is called shop bio. There's 3 sections to fill stuff out about you. So for this section, fill out just a few sentences about what you do for the shop, how you are an owner, designer, and maker. Then in this one, you have it filled out, so don't worry about that. Then in this section, fill out what you're all about, what you like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they know who you are, that you're a real person, and it just brings more authenticity to your shop. Okay? So other than that, Barbara, looks like you picked a good niche. And I mean, the Christian niche is big, obviously. So you can make a lot of sales. Just always be testing, new products, new designs, new SEO, new photos, and just continue to grow. But don't whatever you do, don't stay stagnant and expect sales to come to you. You need to get out there and get the sales for yourself. So I hope that helped your shop, Barbara. Thank you for purchasing a critique. And we are going to move on to the next critique now. So the next critique is for Sarah and the shop Word Wrap, stackable name rings, personalized mother's jewelry. So let's get to her questions. Sarah didn't have many questions except for some listings to take a look at. So these stacking rings get tons of views and sell okay, and people love them after they purchase them. But my conversion rate on all of those is pretty low, and I'd love to bring them up. I love these rings, and this is the product I'd love to sell more of. They sell really well at Christmas time, but not so much the rest of the year. Here are other listings I have for the same product. Okay, very good question. Let's take a look. Here's one of them. Okay, stackable name rings, sterling silver, hand-stamped mother's rings, personalized set of 3. Okay, so first off, the reason that the conversion rate is low is because the SEO is extremely, extremely descriptive. So everybody that you want to sell to isn't really typing in this stuff right here, or this stuff right here, or this stuff right here. It's very, very descriptive, and that is why your conversion rate is low. So people love them, yeah, so it's a good product, but they're not getting in front of enough people. So people might type in sterling silver ring, and then this will come up, and they're not looking for a personalized ring. Or people might type in just like set of 3 name rings or something to that degree, and the people that love your product and the people that are looking for your product they're not able to find it very easily. So your SEO needs to change up. This is extremely, extremely descriptive, like I said. So mother's rings, this is the only word in your title. This is the only phrase in your title that's actually targeting who you're trying to get, right? Let's take a look at your tags. So again, yeah, there's only one tag in here that is your niche that you're going for, your Mother's Day gifts and mother's gifts, grandmother, etc. All those types of things, they're not in here. Stackable ring set, that's a tag. That's a good tag. Let's see here. So what you're going for is personalized rings for mothers, right? So a lot of these tags are going to show your product in front of the wrong people. So you need to optimize this title to target more mothers type searches and more mothers type phrases, because stackable rings is a huge search in a lot of different niches. Stackable ring, boho stackable rings, that's a big product. Hippie stackable rings, stuff like that. And you may be showing up for these searches, or you did before, and because you did and nobody was looking for it at that time with that search, nobody bought it, so therefore your listing dropped in ranking, and therefore the conversion rate is low, etc., and it all snowballs downhill from there. So analyze your data, and really you need to put more mothers types of things in there. And yeah, there needs to be more mothers driven search phrase tags in there, because otherwise you're going to get mixed in with a lot of other searches. Let's take a look at another one. Personalized name rings, sterling silver. Personalized name rings, that should stay, because it doesn't necessarily have to be for a mother. People might see it and be like, "Oh, cool. Okay, I'm going to type in my names here." So Mother's Day gift, the types of the listings that are driven towards holidays should be deactivated around a week after, or or the day of, honestly, the day of or the day after. They should be deactivated for the year, reactivated a month or a month and a half or even 2 months before that holiday, because now nobody's typing in Mother's Day right now. So you're just wasting space in your title, and just, causing the conversion rate to go down. That's why the conversion rate is down, because, nobody's looking for Mother's Day stuff. And then all this other stuff is like really, really specific. Organic, natural, rustic, custom stamped, new mom jewelry. Okay, so yeah, organic, natural, rustic. I don't know if anybody really, like, the word organic is sure, it's a buzzword, but when it comes to silver, it's not relevant. Nobody's looking for organic silver. I don't know if that's really that's not applicable. So I would relist this, deactivate this, and relist it without Mother's Day gift, without organic. Natural's good. Natural, rustic, custom stamped, new mom jewelry. That's cool. Personalized name rings, sterling silver, stackable. Yeah. So again, same thing. That you need to. Okay, you have more mom stuff in the tags. That's good. But you need the more of the mom stuff in the title, because the title is obviously stronger than everything in the tags. The tags back up what's in your title. Mirror your title in your tags, then add supporting tags that help out your title. Let's look at another one. Mother's rings, personalized stacking rings, sterling silver stackable name ring for mom, custom rings with names, hand-stamped jewelry. Okay. Same thing again. You want to, if you're going for mom stuff, then go for mom stuff, and have 2 to 3 phrases of personalized rings or sterling silver name ring, etc. Have 2 to 3 phrases in with those, but then everything else needs to be for mothers, moms, grandmas, mom to be, new mom, etc. All those mom things that you want to sell to, it needs to be in there. It needs to be stronger. But I know that you're wanting to sell to personalized stacking rings and the personalization niche, which is big niche, and you should, and rightfully so. But at the same time, you need to separate your listings. If you're really, really going for, the personalization rings, then do that. But don't mix in just like one mother's tag. Just focus. You need to focus each listing. Each listing needs to have a dedicated target. and reflect as so. And then going on from there, you can add so many other niches. You don't have to only sell to mothers. The personalization niche knows no boundaries. And even if you are selling to other niches and you still want to brand as a mother's shop, you absolutely can still sell to guys gifts and all the other stuff. There's so many other niches you can sell. You can literally sell to almost any niche with personalization. You could have military rings where you type in like Lieutenant Dave, whatever you want. Like, you can seriously sell to so many more niches with the personalization. So don't box yourself in only to the mother's one, because with personalization, in my opinion, you don't have to listen to me. You can stick to mother stuff. But if you want to really branch out and really grow your shop to as many sales as possible, then definitely consider selling to other niches. Gifts for him, military gifts. There's a ton of things out there. I can't think of them all right now, but if you can put a name on it, then somebody will buy it in any niche almost. So that is why your conversion rate is low for these, because it goes up during the holidays, sure, because everybody wants a personalized gift for the holidays, yeah. But other than that, it's really just kind of scattered and unfocused SEO. So just focus in on things. And then a lot of people say to have your shop name in the tags and your name, even if you're an artist, but I highly recommend against it, because they're going to find your shop if they know your shop and they've been to it before, or they are even searching it in Google or Etsy. They're going to find your shop with your shop name. It's inevitable, but you don't have to tag your shop. It's just wasting space, in my opinion. In a very, very competitive marketplace as Etsy, nowadays putting your shop name and your artist name too in your tags is in my opinion a complete waste of space. And you're really, really wasting space here when you could be targeting people that are looking for mom jewelry, custom jewelry, etc. There's way more people looking for personalized stackable name rings for their mom than there is looking for your shop. And that's for any shop. That's not anything about your shop. I mean, it doesn't matter how large your shop is on Etsy, even the biggest shop ever, there's still more people looking for what they're selling than their actual shop. It's just a fact, so that's my humble opinion. You should definitely always take out I know it was like a hot tip piece of advice a few years ago, put your shop name in your tags. People will still recommend that to you. But I definitely don't think that's a good idea. You're wasting space in a very competitive marketplace. So your competitors that aren't doing this, they're getting more power for their tags towards your customers, your potential customers, while you're still just targeting people that are looking for your shop on Etsy. And if you're big enough outside of Etsy, if you have a big Instagram or a Facebook or whatever it may be, if you have a big social following to the point where you do need, you consider this a need to put your name and your actual name and your shop name in your tags, if you're that big, then you need to start a standalone website, because you're giving all your money to Etsy. So that's the tea for you today, in my opinion. So that's it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment for any of the sellers below, any tips, anything you have for these sellers, and please watch my next video. Have a nice day.